So AMD is rocking and rolling a bit higher after having a pullback. How is it doing and how are other tech stocks looking? Let's take a quick look here. It is Wednesday, November 12th. I'm Hema Reddy. I'm going to use price action, market timing, and momentum because that's what I do. Let's dive in. So we've got this ticker, AMD, that had this pullback and is now moving up higher. This is a good sign, and I'm going to go ahead and drop a forecast on it. Okay, so if it can continue to climb above the October 29th high, there's a forecast for it to potentially reach $342.50 by December 30th. As you can see, that's unfolding over a long period of time. And when it comes to forecasting, you have to look at the current longer cycles, which I just measured, but also the shorter ones in between, and also pay attention to any price action and momentum. Right now, those are in favor with today's green candle so far, although we're coming into this doji resistance from October 29th and lifting off from the bull support power zone. Now I'm going to look at a few other tech stocks, the ones that rank high in the S&P 500 components. All right. Nvidia is about 7.6% of the S&P weight, according to slickcharts.com. And you can see that I had shared this update recently that, hey, if we can get above this high from November 6th, we might be on a track higher. I think that's just getting going. So now the new area of support to watch is November 7th. Okay, if we can see a tradable low form and continue climbing higher than this short-term forecast for 214.43 by November 19th could still be in play. Looking at Apple, there had been a forecast, and I've just added to the chart now, to head up to 277.29 by November 4th. And you can see that occurred. It came to 274.14, just a few bucks shy on October 30th, so 2 days early. Now we have some consolidation, and it looks like it wants to pick back up again. So here's the new updated short-term forecast. Here it is for Apple to potentially trade to 288.66 by November 18th. Okay, Amazon had a gap higher after its recent earnings release, but it's been consolidating, and I think it still has room to recover higher so long as it stays above the October 30th low. So we got to see what shakes out there, especially in relationship to this rising window. So that's a candlestick pattern, and I look deep inside candlesticks and pull out support and resistance levels from them and more. I call it my nano twist on candlesticks. So we'll dig deeper into this one as it maybe pulls back, but again, bigger picture, room for it to regroup and return higher. All right, Google is higher after its earnings pop, and it's just been sort of consolidating. I expected that some of the initial weakness was probably profit taking, and that makes sense in line with the RSI power zones pattern that was unfolding. So there's a disconnect between price and momentum that would suggest that the uptrend would pause at the least, and that's what happened, but you can see it didn't pull back all the way. So just because momentum starts to fade doesn't mean you're going to get this like deep decline. It could just be a time pause. And time is something that I look at in trading. I look at it more on bigger picture, multi-bar candles, okay, like 5, 10, 20 bars. And I actually have time patterns that I teach in my Gann trading pattern system. So I'm doing this analysis here, okay? I want you to focus on that, but I'm mentioning where you can learn more or extract the method or fine tune just so you're aware in case you want to dive in deeper. Let's keep looking at these stocks. Tesla is also what I would consider sort of a time pause. Now, some may look at this and think a double top has recently formed, and that could be the case. We got to see how it acts compared to the October 10th low. That would be the barrier to break if we want to see a return to this kind of $350 area, right, from this prior consolidation. But if we can regroup while above that October 9th low, then I would look for a return to the December 18th, 2024 high. All right, that's my take on a few big tech stocks showing interesting action right now. If you are finding value in this video, getting ideas of how you can execute on your trades, supplement your strategies, monitor these big stocks and more, go ahead and hit that like button, and I'll catch you in the next video.